and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coverage of the Nebraska State Basketball Tournament is presented by App Foundation Repair, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, High Electric, Southeast Community College, Members Owned Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Platte Valley Equipment, and Double Eagle Golf. Now, calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Josh Lipp.
Welcome into the broadcast, folks, of Class B semifinal action with NSAA girls high school basketball. Again, I'm Josh Lipp. You're tuning in on 93.7 The Ticket. The national anthem set to take place here momentarily. But again, this matchup will be between the top-seeded Elkhorn North Wolves and the 4-seeded York Dukes. Again, the main story here today is the state's highest-rated basketball player, Britt Prince, has the opportunity this weekend to work closer with her team at securing possibly 3 straight state championships in the 3 years that Elkhorn North has even had a basketball program. Again, moments away from the national anthem, starters set to be announced for the York Dukes. It's Kirsten Portwine, Lauren Hagedon, Mia Burke, Rylan Cast, and Josie Loosevelt. For Elkhorn North, it's Reese Booth, Britt Prince, Grace Heaney, Grace Thompson, and McKenna Murphy. And with that, we'll send it to break really quickly as the national anthem is performed. Again, you're listening to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament. Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Again, welcome into this presentation of the Class B Girls State Semifinals between the top-seeded Elkhorn North Wolves and the 4-seeded York Dukes. Again, Josh Little here with you on 93.7 The Ticket to take you through this exhilarating matchup. Again, York's lineups are being announced, non-starters. Again, the starters for York are Kirsten Portwine, Lauren Hagedon, Mia Burke, Rylan Cast, and Josie Loosevelt. For Elkhorn North, it's Reese Booth, Britt Prince, Grace Heaney, Grace Thompson, and McKenna Murphy. Elkhorn North got to this spot by defeating Norris 60-40 yesterday. The Wolves are the top seed in Class B, and they are arguably the best team in the state, currently sitting at 23-1 heading into this matchup. Again, Britt Prince only solidified her position as the best player in the state and a top 10 player in the nation that she is yesterday. She scored 28 points against Norris, only needed 1 3 to get the job done. What made Elkhorn North so dangerous was their ability to hound the boards and play the mid-range game. Prince's handles, shot fakes, and footwork allow her to create off screens by McKenna Murphy and Reese Booth. Booth also had 12 points, or Booth had 7, Murphy had 12. And Booth also lit up defenders with her hefty screens, and she did a lot of the little things right. Again, the Wolves are led by Ann Prince, the mother of Britt, and they're assisted by Tony Wynette, Laura Dishler, Alex Liston, and Maddie Hayes. Turning it over to the Dukes, they're 21-3 on the year. Their performance was a win against Scotts Bluff yesterday, and it could not have been more further from the style of play that Elkhorn North really runs. Again, the final there was 38-26. It was a 6-4 lead at the end of the first quarter for York, and then a tie game at 14 apiece at halftime. They're going to need to do a lot more than score just 14 points and a half to even have a chance today. Actually, really, try 14 and a quarter. That might get the job done. And funny enough, these two teams have faced off this year, but what's funny about it, let's just say it was a game with air quotes. 55-9 was the final score. Elkhorn North won that game. I mean, can you believe that? I mean, your eyeballs might pop out of their sockets when you hear that score. And doing all the scoring for York, it was the Port Wine sisters. They got all 9 of the team's points. The bottom line this year is Elkhorn North has hit 60 points 18 times this year, and for the 7th time this year, hit 70 points yesterday. If the Wolves get out early, there could be trouble for the Dukes. But one thing York can do is slow the pace down. Patience is a virtue in sports. York loves to pass it around the arc. They were forced to do it yesterday as Scotts Bluff was playing an interesting kind of defense. They started in a 2-3 zone. They didn't really go to man, and it forced York to work a little extra harder to get the ball inside the paint and work with the mid-range game. If the Dukes can slow the pace down, they have a slight chance of winning, but they will need to play nearly to perfection to stay on pace with Elkhorn North. Again, starting lineups for York announced. Elkhorn North, 4 of the 5 starters announced. Again, for the Dukes, their head coach is Matt Kern. They're assisted by Molly Morande, Matt Fike, and Justin Rodriguez. York has had 14 state tournament appearances, obviously making it last year, but the only state championships coming in Class B, both in 1977 and 1979. And this one right here might be the hardest to get to if they are able to get to a state championship. Elkhorn North, everyone knows the story. This is their 3rd state appearance. They've only had this basketball program for the past 2 seasons, and they've come home with the hardware, I should say, both of those times. Tip-off set to take place here at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska, again, between the top-seeded Elkhorn North Wolves and the 4th-seeded York Dukes in this special edition of Class B Girls State Semifinals in the NSAA. Both teams in their final huddles. Elkhorn North in white jerseys with sky blue letters and numbers. York in navy jerseys with an interesting shade of yellow for letters and numbers. York, this is one thing I don't usually point out, but they're actually all in white mid-tops. Can you feel it in the background of Pinnacle Bank Arena? A fairly good crowd. A stellar student section on display for Elkhorn North as they win the tip. Here's Britt Prince. Prince at the top of the key, waiting for the screen, drives left, kicks it back out, finds Booth. Booth driving into the corner. It goes over to Thompson. Grace Thompson driving left into the paint. Scoop and score. And she gets the scoring started quickly, not even 15 seconds into this one. And Elkhorn North leads 2-0. High 3-man press here for Elkhorn North. It's more of a 1-2 press. Booth and Prince on the double team. Breaking it is Loosefelt. Loosefelt into the corner. Finds Burke. Burke retrieves the pass from Cast. Out to Portwine. Kirsten Portwine with 15 points. Came off of 5 threes yesterday. Kicks it over to Mia Burke on the left elbow. Again, York going is right to left. Elkhorn North is going left to right. Here's Portwine at the top of the key. Defended by Booth. Over to Hagedorn. Hagedorn going right at the top of the key. Defended by Grace Thompson. Into the corner right in front of the Elkhorn North bench. Double team here. Prince over there. Recovers. Hagedorn picks up her dribble, retreats it out to Burke at the top of the key. Again, no shot clock in Class B. It is only in Class A. Here's Hagedorn. Kirsten Portwine is having trouble getting anything going and setting up her teammates as the defense has been stellar. And an illegal screen against York. Rylan Cast with the first foul of the game. That's the team's first, as she ran right into the defender. Inbounds play from Grace Thompson. Here's Britt Prince. Prince on the left elbow. Again, has just about every offer a girl growing up in America can have for college basketball. She drives that hard to the right, takes contact, and has 2 shots coming. Rylan Cast quickly picks up her second foul, not even 90 seconds into this one. And that's the thing with Britt Prince's finishing style. She doesn't just throw it off the glass and expect contact. She genuinely tries to get around it. And on that one, attempted to spin it off the glass. It's a very smooth style of play. Prince is not trying to be too aggressive. She treats it more of as an art. Again, not so much like Picasso, but more of like Van Gogh, making the picture smooth and clean. 4-0 is the Elkhorn North lead with 6:43 left to go here in the first quarter. It's a high press again. It's a 2-1-2 press. Prince has Port Wine trapped at the top again. 55-9 was the final score for these two teams earlier this year. Lauren Hagedon at the left elbow kicks it back out over to Cass. Cass with 2 fouls at the top of the key. Has Port Wine on the left elbow. Port Wine 4-3. That one no good. Rebounded by Heaney. Grace Heaney. Over to Britt Prince. Prince running at the top of the key. Pops and stops in stride at the free throw line. And just like that, a quick timeout here for York. It's a 30-second timeout. It's the first timeout taken on the day. We'll keep it with you here. Again, 6-0 the score with 6:14 left to play in the first quarter. And just like that, Elkhorn North, they're moving fast. The first bucket by Grace Thompson was not even 15 seconds in. And Britt Prince is running the floor, and her vision is stellar. That is something that I noticed yesterday about Elkhorn North. The second, not just Britt Prince, but any player in the whole game got the ball on a rebound, there was always a rim runner running, and the eyes of the rebounder were looking up the court immediately. That's what makes them so lethal. And the Dukes, they're a patient team. They play patient offense. They play patient defense. How can they put a stop to this style of play for Elkhorn North? Well, it's going to have to wait another possession as the Dukes have the ball. Lainey Portwine, the other Portwine sister, checking in off the bench for York. They get it across the line, but it's a backcourt violation against Kirsten Portwine, or she actually stepped out of bounds, excuse me. And it's those costly errors that just give Elkhorn North all the life they need. And it's the points off for turnovers that make you pay as well. Coming over is Thompson. Thompson gets her second bucket to go off the dribble drive feed from Britt Prince. Prince was working right. Thompson came behind her on the left and had an easy left-handed layup. That one thrown away on the play by the Dukes. Turnover against Chloe Koch as she was looking for Kirsten Portwine on the far side, going cross court, ends up right in the Elkhorn bench. Here's Prince driving to the left elbow, has a cutting Murphy. Murphy rolls that one in and gets her first bucket. And another timeout for York. It's a full one. And with that, I will take a quick break here again with 5:29 to go here in the first quarter. Elkhorn North leads 10-0 against the York Dukes. You are tuning in to girls high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Elkhorn North Wolves are off to a quick and fast start against the York Dukes as they lead 10-0 with just under 5.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. York yesterday against Scottsbluff. Both teams did not even call a timeout until the second half. So York already thrown off pace, as you would be trailing 10-0, not even 3 minutes into the ball game. A 1-2 high press here for Elkhorn North. Kirsten Portwine gets over the half-court line, defended by Prince. Grace Thompson with the double team. And Kirsten Portwine throws that one away as she was attempting to toss it over to Mia Burke right on the far center line. Inbounds play from Booth over to Prince. Prince defended by Laney Portwine. Prince fakes right, goes left, hesitation, a beautiful bounce pass inside looking for Grace Heaney. And that one knocked away. 2 substitutions here for the Dukes. Josie Loosevelt and Lauren Hagedorn checking back in for the Dukes. Inbounds play for Reese Booth. Booth has a cutting Prince and fights through contact. Britt Prince gliding through the paint. Retrieves the inbounds pass. And there's nothing more effective than having the ability to put up the layup very quickly. As there is double teams left and right. Kirsten Portwine over to Hagedorn. Hagedorn on the right wing. Into the corner it goes to Burke. Burke looking for the pass. It's tipped away by McKenna Murphy. And again, Elkhorn North is effective when their hands are active in the passing lanes. And that is what happened on the baseline feed attempt. Inbounds play for Josie Loosevelt. Loosevelt can't find anybody. 5 seconds nearly right there. The Elkhorn North student section wanted that one. 4:42 left to play here in the first quarter. 12-0 lead for Elkhorn North. Again, the Dukes going right to left. Elkhorn North going left to right. Driving and falling is Chloe Koch. Back out to Portwine 4-3. That's Kirsten Portwine. It's off the backboard and no good. And the offensive rebound by her sister, Laney Portwine, kicks it back over to Loosevelt. Loosevelt in the near left corner has that one stripped away by Britt Prince. And Prince did that with such ease, but not before Laney Portwine nearly has that back. She gets the steal after the ball was bouncing around like a pinball. And York finally scores. Laney Portwine with clear resilience. Lost the ball a couple of times, doesn't give up on the play. A beautiful feed by Prince up to Grace Thompson. Wow. Transition basketball. Elkhorn North is running. The crowd is loud. And York is struggling to even get the ball over half court. Here's Kirsten Portwine. That one tipped on her pass looking for Koch. McKenna Murphy retrieves the ball. That one tipped away as Chloe recovers on that one. Ball stays with Elkhorn North. It's a 14-2 lead for Elkhorn North on York with 3:46 left to play here in the first quarter. Checking in for Elkhorn North, Sydney Stodden. Sydney Stodden on the right wing. And a travel there against McKenna Murphy, her first turnover on the afternoon. .337 left to play here in the fourth. 14-2 is the score. Pass nearly tipped away from Portwine. Portwine finds Laney Portwine. Laney Portwine, the floater, no good. And jumping above everybody else, sky high is Britt Prince for the rebound. Beautiful vision up to Grace Thompson. Thompson misses the wide open layup. Running is York. And it's just taken away by Britt Prince. That's like taking candy from a baby. And Prince goes up and puts that one home. It's 16-2 with 3:11 left to play here in the first quarter. It's their second full timeout for the York Dukes. And with that, I will take a short break here. Elkhorn North is running away with this one. 16-2 the score with 3:11 left here in the first. You're listening to Girls High School Basketball Class B Girls State Semifinals on 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With 3:11 left to play here in the first quarter, it's been the Grace Thompson and Britt Prince show for Elkhorn North. Prince currently has 8 points. Grace Thompson also with 8 as well. Thompson with 6. 13:05 left to go here in the fourth. Clock is running. Foul goes against Grace Thompson. As Josie Loosevelt did a great job of drawing contact there. Loosevelt driving it hard on the left wing. Lowers her shoulder into Grace Thompson, but Thompson was not set. She initiated the contact, and the foul called against Thompson. Again, Reese Booth checking back in for Sydney Stoughton for the Wolves. Kirsten Portwine at the top of the key, defended by Booth. Booth dribble handoff over to Burke. Burke kicks it back over to Kirsten Portwine. Portwine for three. Got it. First three-point field goal for York. It's 16-5 with 2:45 to go. Prince pushing the tempo. Looks up over to McKenna Murphy. Back over to Prince. Prince has Stodden moving. And Grace Heaney checks out of this one. Murphy back over to Stodden. Stodden inside the paint. Beautiful ball movement to a cutting Reese Booth. And that's the beauty of what Reese Booth does. She might not always have the ball in her hands, but she's constantly moving along the baseline as this 2-1-2 full court press is just smothering. Booth nearly has a steal on the tip pass by Sydney Stodden. Rylan Cast, dribble handoff over to Kirsten Portwine. Kirsten Portwine. And an illegal screen called against Josie Loosevelt as Sydney Stodden draws that foul. And what Loosevelt did there is she had her left shoulder facing the basket. She leans to her right into Stodden. And Stodden did not have a chance to get around her. Foul called against Loosevelt. 2 minutes exactly left here in the first. Here's Reese Booth. Reese Booth with a couple of ball fakes. Has Britt Prince. Prince feeds it down low. It's kicked back out. Here's Murphy 4-3. Got it. Murphy 4-3. McKenna Murphy extends the Elkhorn North lead to 21-5 with 1:43 left to play here in the first. Here's Kirsten Portwine. Portwine with to her left has Reese Booth defending. Booth forces her left. Portwine's handoff over to Loosevelt. Loosevelt working her way over the top of the arc, finds Portwine. Portwine, not the best dribbler with her left hand, thought about going right, and Booth forces her left. Booth, that's what she does on defense. She reads the scouting reports and knows exactly where she has to take her. Hard screen by Hagedorn. Portwine calling for Hagedorn cutting, popping up for the three is Cast, and an air ball there. The attempted save on the baseline by Loosevelt is no good. That shot was not even close on the play. Lainey Portwine checking back in for the Dukes. 21-5 with 1:10 to play here in the first quarter. Inbounds play, Reagan Palmer. Now, Reagan Palmer and Sydney Stodden were the only bench players for Elkhorn North yesterday. This is a team that really believes in their starters. They play most of the minutes. Prince, wide open three. That one good. Splash. That one off the feed from Stodden. Pushing tempo's Koch. Koch into the corner to Lainey Portwine. Lainey Portwine kicks it back over to Loosevelt. Loosevelt working her way inside the right elbow, inside of the paint. On the left basket, got one tipped away. And attempting to save it was Chloe Koch. And here's the thing, folks. That ball might have gone off an Elkhorn North defender. And if York just lets that one go, it might be their ball. But nonetheless, 21-5 with 37 seconds and counting left here in the first quarter. 3 fouls for York, 1 for Elkhorn North. Palmer kicks it out into the corner, over to Murphy. Murphy back over to Booth, a little hot potato action. Back inside, the triangle is being run. Palmer to a cutting Booth. Booth, Stodden, pump fake. Here's Prince. Prince looks inside off the offensive rebound. She puts that one in off the miss from Reagan Palmer. Right spot, right time for the leading rebounder, the leading scorer, heck, the leading everything for the Wolves. Driving, and a nifty, crafty move in the air by Chloe Koch. Cook, excuse me. Cook adjusted near. Prince from long range off the front of the rim and no good. 26-7 is the score. Heading to the end of the first quarter as we head to the second. 1 foul for Elkhorn North, 3 fouls for York. And basically, Britt Prince has 13 points to lead all scorers this afternoon. Again, Elkhorn North leads York 26-7 heading to the second quarter. You are listening to a Class B Girls State semifinal between Elkhorn North and York on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska for this Class B Girls State semifinal between Elkhorn North and York. North leads York 26-7 with 7:47 left here in the second quarter after an air ball from York. Here's Britt Prince. Prince put up 13 points in the first quarter. Pump fake by Murphy, driving. Gets that one to roll around on the rim. That's Murphy's 7th point on the day. Her third field goal, 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, Elkhorn North in white jerseys with sky blue numbers and letters. As that one is turned over off the pass by Loosevelt. Recovering is Murphy. Looking up ahead to Booth. And Chloe Cook was right in the way of Reese Booth. Did not allow her to even have a chance to catch the ball. In football terms, that would be a pass interference. But in basketball, that's just a foul. 7:20 left in the second quarter. Again, York in navy uniforms with yellow letters and numbers. Elkhorn North going left to right. York going right to left. Pass over to Prince, nearly turned over. Booth there to save the day. Thompson over to Prince, over to Murphy in the near right corner. Kicks it to Heaney right in the post. Grace Thompson nearly traveled with a bit of a stutter step. Kicks it over into the far right corner over to Prince, feeding it over to Heaney. Heaney cross-court pass into the near right corner over to Murphy. Finds a cutting Thompson. Thompson on the arc in the corner for Prince. On the left wing is Booth. Great ball movement here from Elkhorn North. This is a passing clinic. This is what they teach you in the good old fundamental days. Thompson driving, nearly loses the ball, falls. Prince thought about a three-point attempt, but not before a travel was called against Grace Thompson. And that's what you want if you're York. It's 28-7 with just over 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. You want them to commit those turnovers as Murphy nearly takes the pass away from Loosevelt, but it was deflected, recovered by Grace Thompson from Britt Prince over to Murphy. Murphy fakes right, goes left, right at the heart of the defense. That one's tipped out of play by Elkhorn North. And Reese Booth is letting her teammates know. She's clapping, letting them know, hey, we got this. We got this. Just keep playing our game as they are running. It's more of a 3-2 high press now with Prince the leading defender. And that is just tough as Kirsten Portwine was near half court. She throws it to the near side over to Josie Loosevelt. And Loosevelt, it just went right through her hands. A bit of a Butterfingers moment. And Portwine with a bit of a sigh and a bit of a grin from Britt Prince. I think Prince knows what's in store. Finds Murphy in the corner for three. She got it. 2 threes and 2 twos for McKenna Murphy. She extends the Elkhorn North lead to 31-7 with 6:09 left to go in the second quarter. Why so quiet? Chance raining down from the Elkhorn North student section. Here's the pass by Loosevelt. Back out to Hagedorn for three. Got it. Splash. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for York right now. Even though it's a 21-point game, it could be a 24-point game or worse. Prince behind the back and takes the foul from whom I believe to be Kirsten Portwine. And it is. Yeah, basically the move Prince put on Portwine there is Prince thought about going right, crosses behind the back, and Portwine wasn't ready for it, forcing her to just grab onto Prince's jersey and prevent her from having a wide open layup. Prince, with 5:45 counting left on the second quarter, moving to her right, thought about the screen, has the dribble hand off to Booth. Booth nearly has that taken away from Kirsten Portwine, and Portwine slaps the wrist of Reese Booth, and that is her second foul, something to keep in mind for head coach Tyler Herman. Or excuse me, Matt Kern. Tyler Herman's the athletic director for York. I will give him that credit. 5.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, 31-10. York trails Elkhorn North. Thompson driving, kicks it out to Booth. Wide open three. Good for Prince Crowner. This is the Britt Prince show. Loosevelt nearly gets it over to Cast. Cast misses the wide open layup as York was finally able to successfully break the press, the best they've done. Prince driving, running. That shot no good. The foul on the floor. Foul against Mia Burke. Burke simply grabbed Britt's arm in transition. Josie Loosevelt checking out, along with Kirsten Portwine. Lainey Portwine back in. 2 free throws coming for Britt Prince. Prince is just electric in transition as the 1-and-1 as that was on the floor. York has their seventh foul on the afternoon. So 1-and-1 for the next couple of fouls for Elkhorn North as Prince converts 2 for 2 at the line. Chloe Cook checks back in for the Dukes as well. Cook breaks the press, has Booth defending, nearly throws it away as the ball hawk Grace Thompson nearly took it away. Cross court pass by Lainey Portwine. Portwine over to Chloe Cook. Cook defended by Grace Thompson. Thought about going right, goes left, spins right, throws that one away as Lauren Hagedorn was set to cut, but Cook thought that Hagedorn would do a V-cut and retreat, and the story of that pass was apples and oranges. No conjunction whatsoever. 36-10 to go. Or 36-10 is the score. 4:44. Triple fours on the clock left here in the second quarter. Grace Thompson defended by Lainey Portwine. Into the corner goes to McKenna Murphy. She's been solid from the corner. Continues that one. It's too easy for McKenna Murphy from the corner. Breaking the press is Portwine. Portwine double teamed by Thompson and Booth. That one taken away by Britt Prince as York made a careless pass cross court, finds Thompson wide open, takes the foul on the pump fake from Rylan Cast, and that's Cast's third personal foul. Or excuse me, Chloe Cook with the foul. That's her second foul. So now Cast, Cook, and Kirsten Portwine each have 2 fouls with 4:12 left to play here in the second quarter. 1-and-1 here for Grace Thompson. Scores 39-10. Elkhorn North with the chance to extend this to a 30-point lead before the first half is over. Here's Thompson. First free throw. No good. Near offensive rebound by Prince. It's brought up by Hagedorn. Hagedorn sails that one way wide and way ahead of any of her teammates. And Elkhorn North content with that quick turnover. Reagan Palmer inbounds it to Britt Prince. Prince with just over 4 minutes to go. Prince with 18 points. The feed inside to Palmer. It's tipped away. Tipped away on the play by Mia Burke. Inbounding for Elkhorn North. That pass out to Murphy. Murphy driving hard right. 2 steps, throws it up off the glass. No good. I think she wanted the foul. She is content with playing on. Chases down her defender. Britt Prince with the steal. Comes right from behind. Murphy spins that one up off the glass. It stays up on the rim. Stoughton was nearly there for an offensive rebound. It's corralled by Burke. Sent up over to Kirsten Portwine. Portwine with 2 fouls. Mia Burke with a pass fake over to Kirsten Portwine. Portwine, 3:27 left to play in the second quarter, 39-10. York trails Elkhorn North. Loosevelt driving hard right, stops, pops, spins around, and there's Britt Prince again. The ball hawk herself. Wide open right-handed layup. 41-10 is the score. Britt Prince with 20 points in the first half. A clinic for offense. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Hagedorn at the top of the key, kicks it over to the right wing, over to Portwine. Portwine 4-3. It's a deep 3 off the front of the rim, rebounded by who else? Britt Prince. 2:52 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Britt Prince. Prince with Loosevelt defending. Elkhorn North rolling with 4 out today, with 1 in the paint right now. That's Reagan Palmer in the paint. And Palmer a little rusty when catching passes, as she is not able to handle a routine pass from McKenna Murphy for the paint feed. And if Elkhorn North wants to further their lead and absolutely put this one out of contention for York, Reagan Palmer is going to have to be able to get 2 hands on the ball as she comes out of the game. Grace Heaney checks back in. New substitution in the state tournament for Elkhorn North. Hallie Pribno getting playing time. Pribno there to pick up Portwine, and Portwine stepped out of bounds, Lainey Portwine specifically, and she just tosses the ball back to the ref, and you can sense the utter frustration. Prince off the inbounds pass from Booth. Prince directs Pribno to go left to right. Hands it off over to Sydney Stodden. A little more bench players getting some time here. Prince in the three from the corner right in front of the York bench, 44-10. Holy moly, Britt Prince with 23 points in the first half. 2 minutes and counting left in the second quarter. 44-10 is your score. York trails. Here's Cook. Cook driving hard right, defended by Stodden. An attempted steal by Pribno. And Chloe Cook caught flailing her elbows, and all Sydney Stodden could do is laugh and just think, look at the scoreboard. The Elkhorn North student section not too content with Chloe Cook's play. Here's Booth. Booth defending Kirsten Portwine. Portwine over to Rylan Cast at the top of the key. Feeds it over to Mia Burke. Burke playing with one foul, no points on the day. Over to Lainey Portwine. Portwine fakes left, goes right into the right wing. Finds her sister Kirsten. The three is no good. Offensive rebound there for Cook. Cook stays in play. Stodden with almost a tip. Lainey Portwine driving left. Out to Chloe Cook. And anytime Cook is dribbling the ball, the Elkhorn North student section is letting her know how they feel. In the corner, 4-3. That one rattles in and out. But the offensive rebound is there for Lainey Portwine. Portwine coming off the bench has a team-high 4 points on 2 field goals. Off the three-point corner, missed by Chloe Cook. Driving to Stodden, back out to Booth. Booth over to Hallie Pribnow. Pribnow with her first touch of the game finds Britt Prince at the top of the key. Prince fakes left, goes right over to Booth in the near right corner, kicks it out over to Heaney. Heaney in the post, goes left, goes right, and draws the foul. A bit of a late call on the shooting foul, but took a lot of contact up in the air. The ref saw it right. And with 49 seconds to go here in the second quarter, Elkhorn North has a chance to extend their lead to 36 points. 34 points, excuse me. First free throw, no good for Grace Heaney. Grace Thompson back in, coming out for Britt Prince. Prince with a much-needed break. I think anyone would be after having 23 points in the first half. And the thing with Britt Prince, she had 16 in the first half yesterday, 12 in the second half. She's not one of those players that could have, one bad half and one good half. She's going to give you 2 good, complete halves. So it will be interesting to see what is in store for the second half. For Prince, Reagan Palmer checking in for Grace Heaney. Heaney goes 1 for 2 at the line and has 1 point on the day. 46 seconds and counting. 45-12 is the score here. Elkhorn North leads York. At the top of the key, it's Lauren Hagedone. Hagedone has Cook cutting to the right, looks to her left. Finds Portwine, Kirsten Portwine, into the corner to Hagedone. Hagedone driving off the side of the backboard. Rebounded on the play by Thompson. Thompson up ahead to Stodden. Stodden slows the pace down, and with 26 seconds, Elkhorn North might be content with taking the final shot. Cutting is Stodden. Stodden nearly lost the ball. Dribble handoff over to Booth. Booth cutting left, and it's an illegal screen, a moving screen to be more specific, against Sydney Stodden. That's her first foul on the day. It's the team's 3rd team foul. Compared to York's 9 team fouls. Again, next foul against York, if it were to happen in the next 17 seconds, would result in a double bonus for Elkhorn North. Kirsten Portwine bringing it up. 15 seconds and counting here in the second quarter, 45-12. Portwine dribble handoff over to Cook. Cook on the left wing takes a screen from Hagedone, working around it on the right, nearly working her way all around the perimeter. Here's the DP from Portwine. No good. Rebounded by Loosefelt. Loosefelt's heave inside the paint is no good. And just like that, it is a 45-12 lead for the Elkhorn North Wolves as they head to the locker room and are completely obliterating the York Dukes in this Class B Girls State Semifinal. Again, you are listening to High School Basketball 93.7, The Ticket. We will be back shortly for a halftime recap.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements. Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
At Mosaic, we build a caring company for the people we serve in our workforce. You can be a part of it. Mosaic supports people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other diverse needs to choose where they live, with whom they live, and how they spend their days. That is empowering. Do you know someone who could use that type of support? You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit mosaicinfo.org. That's MOSAICINFO.org.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Basketball fans know assists are crucial to winning. The skill of setting up others is an art, and one Nebraskan team that takes art to a new level is Platte Valley Equipment. Their team always sets you up for land care success with sound advice and John Deere equipment. Platte Valley also always delivers low monthly payments. That's one assist, that's a slam dunk. Visit PlatteValleyEquipment.com today, proud sponsor of the 2023 NSAA Boys and Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
"45-12 is the score as we head to second half play in this Class B Girls State Semifinal between the top-seeded Elkhorn North and the 4th-seeded York Dukes. And I'm Josh Lill with the call on 93.7 The Ticket. And the story today is 23 points in the first half for the one and only, and this should be no surprise, Britt Prince. Prince has shot the ball better from three than she did yesterday. Prince finished with 28 points with only one three-pointer. Right now she has 3 three-point field goals, and if she keeps that up, she will be unlocked. She's shooting 100% from 3 for 3. Grace Thompson has stepped it up today too. She sits at 6 points currently, and for Thompson, only 10 total points yesterday. She's on pace to go over that. And that's the thing for Elkhorn North. You know McKenna Murphy and Britt Prince are going to produce. But if you can get Grace Thompson in double digits, that is where you almost guarantee yourself a win. Turning it over to the York Dukes. A tough first half, to say the least. Now, it's not as bad as the first time these two teams played. York has already passed their point total from the last time they faced off against Elkhorn North. Again, the final in that one was 55-9 York. They did more than lose on that game. But here they are, 12 points going into the third quarter, trailing by 33. You have to wonder what the mindset is for head coach Matt Kern and his coaching staff for the Dukes. As much as they want to play to their style of taking their time, passing the ball around the arc, making sure everyone gets touches, playing a bit of a non-aggressive defense, that is only going to punish them, as Elkhorn North is not only driving the ball well, but they're shooting it well from all areas, from the stripe, from mid-range, from three. They're making their layups. They're running in transition. Right now for York, it's about making it competitive again. Right now, it should be a small goal. Get to 22 points. Just get to there. No matter what happens with Elkhorn North, at least hit the 20s. You'll give yourself a slight opportunity. But if Elkhorn North keeps up their play the way they are scoring, this one could be over very soon. Again, less than a minute left on the halftime clock. Again, 45-12. The score, only 5 points for York in that second quarter. Bit of a foul trouble for the Dukes. 2 fouls against Kirsten Portline, the starting point guard and the starting power forward for York. Rylan Cast have 2 fouls. On the bench, Chloe Cook has 2 fouls as well. First half resulted in 9 fouls for the Dukes, compared to only 3 for Elkhorn North. And Grace Cook should be a boost off the bench for defense. I mean, 37 steals on the year and averaging almost 9 points a game. I think that's the strategy there that Matt Kern is trying to roll with. Get a spark off the bench per se. Cook will not start the second half, but she didn't in the first half anyways. A little bit of camaraderie on the court between Britt Prince and Grace Thompson, sharing a bit of a laugh. As this is the state semifinal, and I think they can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but they have 16 minutes of basketball left to play before they can get out of the tunnel. Prince driving, kicks it out to Grace Thompson, cutting left into the lane, working it over to Booth. Booth cutting behind left, hands it off over to Prince at the mid-range. For the shot, it bounces off the front, the back of the rim, and goes down through the iron. Prince with the first buckets of the half, 47-12 with 7:39 left to play here in the third quarter. Kirsten Portline on the ring over to Mia Burke, back over into the near right corner. That one way overshot, air ball by Lauren Hagedon, rebounded by Grace Thompson. Thompson pushing the tempo into the corner. It goes over to Booth. Reese Booth at the top of the key. Over to Britt Prince. Prince is 4 for 4 from 3. Wow. Britt Prince makes it look so easy, 50-12 with 7:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Dribble handoff. Here's the 3-point attempt. It was actually a pump fake. It works its way back over to Kirsten Portwine. Driving is Loosevelt, and Loosevelt loses that one. 6:58, the clock stops. York in the corner over to Hagedon. Again, York is going left to right this half. Elkhorn North going right to left this half. Again, Elkhorn North with white jerseys and sky blue letters and numbers. There's the floater by Kirsten Portwine, and she gets her first 2-point field goal of the day. She has 5, 50-14 with 6:43 left in the third. York in navy blue uniforms with yellow letters and numbers. Cutting his Booth, coming around from right to left, kicks it back out over to the right elbow to McKenna Murphy with the pump fake, spins, turns around, finds it over to Booth. Booth over at the top of the key over to Grace Thompson, working her way in, goes left, right, stops at the left blocks, pumps, fakes out to Britt Prince. Prince cuts at the mid-range, looks out Thompson, 4-3, got it again! Britt Thompson with 9 points on the day. That's her first 3-point field goal, her 4th field goal on the day. And when Britt Prince starts getting unselfish, that is when the play really opens up for the Wolves. They are howling on the bench right now, leading 53-14 with 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Burke works it over into the near right corner over to Hagedon. Hagedon looks for a cutting Loosevelt. Ball loose, corralled by Prince. Prince running in transition. A no-look pass over to Booth and has that one blocked away from behind by Rylan Cast. Elkhorn North wanted a foul there. Pushing the tempos, Kirsten Portwine. Kirsten Portwine dribbling right off the screen from Hagedon. They love to run that motion where Hagedon comes up for a high screen. Pops out for a 3. That one off the side of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Grace Thompson. Out over to Britt Prince. Prince is just faster than everybody on the court. A beautiful pass up to Booth. Booth with the lay-in, but the pass was even better as Prince That was a bullseye pass, to say the least. York at the top of the key. Working to her left is Mia Burke. Burke has a screen coming from Kirsten Portwine if she wants it. Portwine floats back out for the pass, circling it around from left to right on the right wing. Dumps it in over to Cass. Cass fakes the pass left, goes right. That one blocked away by Grace Thompson. Here's Prince running. Has two defenders ahead of her. Stops, pops. Whoa! Just so effortless. Two dribbles behind the back and pulls up there. 57-14 the score with 4:46 left here in the third. Popping off the screen is Kirsten Portwine, an air ball 4-3, and Prince throws both her hands up in the air and says, I will let that one go. And all 5 starters for York are checking out. And it's now a running clock, as in the third quarter. When you're up by that, when you're up by over 40 points in the third quarter, the running clock commences. And there's only so much you can do right now if you are York. Here's Britt Prince driving on Lainey Portwine. Over in the near left corner to McKenna Murphy. Murphy with a sidestep over to Reagan Palmer. And one, count it. And that play really all starts with McKenna Murphy's unselfishness. She takes the pass in the near left corner, pumps fake, drives right, and it's a really smart play by Reagan Palmer coming from the right elbow, cutting across, and takes the contact and puts that one home. Checking in for Elkhorn North is Kara Kudlatz. Free throw for Palmer. Good. Converts the and one. Starters check out for Elkhorn North. Mallory Hansen also in for the Wolves as well. Both teams emptying their benches, as this story and tale have been written. Kinley Combs checking in for the Dukes as well. Stodden getting to play point guard here on this one. Handoff over to Kudlatz. Kudlatz cutting over to Mallory Hansen. Hansen into the corner. Works his way to Kudlatz. Kudlatz over to Palmer. And Palmer stepped out of bounds on the dribble handoff. And Palmer looks over at Stodden and grins a little bit. But at this point, Elkhorn North has put themselves in position for their bench to really get a lot of experience. I mean, it's not often teams get this much playing experience in the state semifinal, their benches, I should say. Sydney Stodden with her second foul. 2:15 and counting on the running clock. Chloe Cook shooting 2 free throws here. Cook misses the first free throw. Allison Dutoit checking in for Elkhorn North now. Sydney Stodden comes out. The second free throw, good there for Cook. Cook with 3 points on the day. And Cook fouls Haley Pribno on that one, as she runs right into Pribno as Pribno was bringing the ball up. It's Chloe Cook's third personal foul. Checking in for Elkhorn North, Emma Whalen. Both teams letting their benches get significant playing time. Again, running clock, 1:13 to go here in the third quarter. Handoff over to Dutoit. Dutoit over to Hansen. Hansen cutting back, left, back, right. Pribnow over to Kudlatz. Kudlatz looking left, looking right into the corner. Has Hansen. Hansen dribbling to her left, goes to her right, back over. Kudlatz looking to the far side to Pribnow, and Pribnow traveled as she moved her feet before she could put the ball on the ground. Turnover, and 48 seconds and counting. York with the ball, up 60-15. Inbounds play by Combs. Over to Lainey Portwine. Portwine fakes left, spins right, turns around. Cook with a pump fake, driving, takes the contact, and she will head to the line. Cook has been pretty good at getting to the line today. Kara Kudlatz with her first personal foul. That's the team's second foul. 10 seconds and counting. It's not too often you see the clock running for free throws. And we'll stop the clock at 0.4 seconds left in the third quarter and allow her to finish this free throw out. And the clock starts. Cook goes 1 for 2 at the line, and the score heading into the fourth quarter. 60-16, Elkhorn North leads York as both teams are emptying their benches at this point, but the starters checking back in for York. It will be interesting if Elkhorn North does the same. Again, fourth quarter play set to take place here in this Class B Girls State semifinal. You are listening to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back on 93.7 The Ticket, Elkhorn North with an overwhelming, smothering. I mean, I probably could use 10 other adjectives to describe it, but I won't go that far. It's 60-16. The Wolves lead the York Dukes heading into the fourth quarter. Running clock set to go here again. It started very early in the third quarter when Elkhorn North took a 40-point lead. Starters for both teams in. 7:55 and counting. Step back. No good for Portwine. Rebounded by Murphy. Here's Britt Prince. Britt Prince with 7 points in the third quarter. Has 30 on the day. And a foul there against Mia Burke. Burke fouled a cutting Booth on the play, going from the left elbow to the right elbow, and just had bad positioning there. That's where most of those fouls, when a player's moving around, come from. It's the bad footwork. You have to be able to stay with the players. Prince with a shovel pass inside to Grace Heaney, but the play creation was just as good. Prince with a little bit of an inside-out dribble is crafty and finds Grace Heaney. Heaney with a chance to get her second point on the day. Again, running clock, 7 minutes and counting. Heaney nails her first free throw, 2 points on the day, hoping to get her third. Again, Elkhorn North going right to left. She misses that second free throw. York going left to right. And at this point for York, a lot of smiles on the faces of the players. They realize what is about to happen. And for your seniors, you're just enjoying these final moments on the court with your teammates. Lauren Hagedon looks up at Kirsten Portwine and just smiles. You know, there's only so much you can do. They're enjoying the final 6 minutes and 16 seconds they have on the court. And Elkhorn North, the starters are out. Reese Booth, Britt Prince, Grace Heaney, Grace Thompson, and McKenna Murphy do a phenomenal job and put their team up 61-16 and leave this one in the hands of the Wolves bench. And hugs all around on the Elkhorn North bench from coaches and players. They realize that the state championships are 5 minutes and 50 seconds away for their school. It would be a third consecutive appearance. They're looking to three-peat. And off here's Lauren Hagedon. Hagedon takes contact from Kara Kudlatz, and Kudlatz draws the charge. Kudlatz had good positioning, and Hagedon, with her arms flailing, ran into her on the offensive end, looking for the rebound. Start the tractor chants raining down here in Pinnacle Bank Arena from the Elkhorn North student section. And over to Hanson. Hanson going right. Over to Palmer. Palmer backing down her defender. That's Cast. Cast with a good stop there. Stodden running around the arc, going to the left elbow from the right elbow. Now coming across is Kudlatz. Kudlatz from the left elbow to the right elbow. The pass by Pribb now tipped away by Kirsten Portwine. Inbounds play for Elkhorn North coming here. Pribb now looks over to her teammate. saying, my bad. But the inbounds play over to Stodden. Sydney Stodden. As a cutting Hansen. Stodden goes up. 2 shots on the play for Sydney Stodden, looking to get her first points on the afternoon. Third foul against Kirsten Portwine. Sydney Stodden at the stripe. Stodden's first free throw is good. In terms of bench points for Elkhorn North, it's currently 4. 58 points for the starters. Wow. Second free throw for Stodden, no good. Off to the side. Rebounded by Hagedorn. Set to check back in is Emma Whalen for the Wolves. 5 substitutions coming for York. There's a cutting Hagedorn over to Portwine. Foul there against Sydney Stodden. It's her third personal foul. York substitutions coming in here. And for Josephine Loosevelt, Mia Burke, Rylan Cast, and Lauren Hagedorn, the seniors, they're coming off for the final time in their high school careers. Standing ovation from behind me for the York Duke fans. And York gave this their best effort. Elkhorn North, just the more experienced team. York with a great run. 21 wins on the year, 3 losses. They're set for their 4th loss on the year as the running clock with 3:09 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 62-16 is the score. Driving is Kara Kudlatz. Kudlatz over to Whalen. Has that one taken away. Running is York. That's Cook. And Chloe Cook runs that home. And Chloe Cook is the leading scorer for the York Dukes today, coming off the bench, averaging 8.7 points on the year. She has 6 on the day. That one's taken away by Lainey Portwine, and the foul committed against Elkhorn North. That foul, Haley Pribnow with her first foul on the afternoon. That's the team's 5th foul. 2.5 minutes and counting left here in the 4th quarter. Inbounds play over to Chloe Cook. Cook with 2:20 and counting. Defended by Kara Kudlatz. Cook driving. Cook off the backboard. Count it and 1. York still scoring. Not totally giving up. Cook with her 8th point on the day. Emma Whalen with her first personal foul. That's the team's 6th. Under 2 minutes and counting. The free throw no good there for Cook. Good pass up ahead by Kudlatz. Kudlatz looks into the corner over to Hansen. Hansen with the handoff over to Pribnow. Pribnow has a cutting Whalen going right elbow to the left elbow. Stops and pops back at the right elbow. Over to Pribnow. Pribnow defended by Lainey Portwine. And Portwine fouls her there. That's Portwine's first personal foul. The 5th team foul. 1:20 left to play here in the 4th quarter. 62-20. The score. Elkhorn North leads York. Actually, that is the 6th personal foul. Excuse me. Here's Pribnow. Pribnow defended by Portwine. Over to Kudlatz. Kudlatz looks into the corner to Dutoy. Over to Whalen. Back over to Hansen. Hansen at the top of the key. Driving is Kudlatz. Kudlatz defended by falling Combs. That one knocked away. York running for some of their last points of the season. 55 seconds and counting. That her pass tipped away by Lainey Portwine. It's taken up by Kudlatz. Kudlatz with the left-handed layup. Blocked away. Great hand presence on the play by Kylie Wilkinson. 38 seconds and counting. Both teams with 6 fouls. Ellie Pribnow. Elkhorn North believes they can win, and with 28 seconds, and they are up 42 points. The end is nearing. Elkhorn North is set to advance to their 3rd consecutive state championship. And folks, the program's only been going for 3 years. That's all this program has ever known. It's been led by Britt Prince and her stellar, talented basketball abilities. McKenna Murphy, Grace Thompson, and Reese Booth, and Grace Heaney help put this one away. 3 seconds and counting. And for the 3rd straight year, Elkhorn North is headed to the state championship game, and they will play for a chance at their third consecutive state championship in as many years as the program has existed. They defeat York 62-20 in this Class B girls state semifinal. Again, you've been listening to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Post-game, we'll be back here shortly.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska for the postgame between the Class B girls state semifinal between the top-seeded Elkhorn North Wolves and the 4-seeded York Dukes. And in this one, it was Elkhorn North on top 62-20. It was interesting, to say the least, at times to watch. 26-7 was the score out of the first quarter, and at half, 45-12. And at that point, with a running clock in the second half for all but the first minute of the third quarter, the clock ran. The story today for York, first of all, they end their season with 23 wins and 4 losses. And it's their second loss. So half their loss is coming to Elkhorn North on the year. Their first time out to Elkhorn North this year, they lost 55-9. And it was a similar story today, except York was able to score a little more, and so was Elkhorn North than that time around. The story for York today is they were not able to play their patient style of basketball. Elkhorn North forced them to make a lot of decisions that they didn't want to do, and they put them on their heels, forcing them to have uncomfortable play. Leading the scoring department for the York Dukes was actually Chloe Cook, who played with 3 personal fouls for most of the game while coming off the bench. The bench had 12 points for the Dukes, which was over half the team points. The starters, Lauren Hagedorn, had 3 points and Kirsten Portwine 5. A lot different than the 3 triples Kirsten Portwine was able to rain down yesterday. Why York was prevented to only 20 points and, 12 bench points of the 20 team points. It was the press that Elkhorn North put on. Elkhorn North would run a 2-1-2 full court press at times. Other times they'd run a half court 1-2 high press, and York was never able to break it. Kirsten Portwine is a decent ball handler, but she was unable to work with her left hand. And all really someone like Reese Booth for the Wolves had to do was just force her to her left, and there would be a turnover made. Passes were going awry, out of bounds on any side of the court for the Dukes, and they never were really able to find steady momentum. They were forced to call a 30-second and a full timeout, all within the first minute of the game. You kind of knew when Elkhorn North scored 5 points 40 seconds into the game, something was going to be special for the Wolves. Turning it over to now the 3-time state championship appearance Wolves. It was the Brit Prince show. 30 points on the afternoon, 23 in the first half, only 7 in the second half. But that's because the starters were pulled out with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter and only came in for a short minute and a half, about a minute and a half for the fourth quarter. Excuse me. Reese Booth added 4 points. Grace Heaney added 2 points. Grace Thompson with 9 points. McKenna Murphy with 13 points and only 4 bench points coming from Sydney Stodden and Reagan Palmer combined. Elkhorn North allowed their bench to come in a lot more than usual. Sydney Stodden, Reagan Palmer, Haley Pribnow, Kara Kudlatz, Mallory Hansen, Allison Dutoy, and Emma Whalen all got some sort of bench minutes on the day. And that's something to behold for Elkhorn North. I mean, you're playing in the state semifinal. Usually these games are a lot more close and competitive. So for those players to get to even grace the court in a game like this and have the impact that they did toward the end, that is something special. Again, the story today, Elkhorn North had this one right away when they scored their first bucket, not even 15 seconds into the game. Quick transition play, elite scoring from Prince, elite defense from Reese Booth, Grace Thompson, and McKenna Murphy. All were contributing factors to the fact that Elkhorn North completely blew the York Dukes out of the water in this Class B girls state semifinal. Again, the final from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska. Elkhorn North 62, York Dukes 20. Again, thank you again for tuning into this broadcast of high school basketball. I've been your host, Josh Lill. Nick Sainer is going to take you the rest of the way. Up next, he has the 2-seeded Omaha Catholic Skyhawks against the Sydney Red Raiders in the second semifinal for Class B girls. Again, thank you for tuning in to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip. Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
At Doane University, you can play a sport you love and also receive a world-class education. You'll learn leadership skills on and off the court that will set you up for success long after graduation. Doane isn't a place where you get lost. It's a place to get found, and it's a place where your future is uniquely yours. Learn more about the endless possibilities at Doane University today at doane.edu.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to